Hi, I'm JC Bander on the Learning and Development team, and I'm joined by Brendan O'Leary, Senior Developer Evangelist here at GitLab. And today we're going to talk about career development. So Brendan, could you tell us a little bit about what your career development has looked like to date?
Sure. Yeah, that's a great question. And it's interesting because I've had a number of different roles at GitLab. So I've been at GitLab since October of 2017. And I originally started in customer success. So in post-sales customer success, actually, it was kind of started that program, our services organization, which has obviously grown in quite a bit since then, but it was originally me. Uh, and and that was because I had been running a team, a DevOps team before that used GitLab, and so it was kind of a natural fit. But then, as our product grew in breadth, we grew the product management team, which really had been where I'd spent most of my career, is in product management. And so it seemed natural to me to want to go over and do that. I had fallen in love with GitLab itself as a user through GitLab CI, and so then to be given the chance to maybe be a product manager for CI, which is what I ended up doing, was just really exciting. And then for a long time, I was being recruited by someone who's no longer with GitLab to the developer evangelist role. And I had been telling her no. And then I realized, wait, I've been a part-time evangelist of GitLab my whole life. And, you can't really be a part-time anything at, a certain scale. And so I decided to do that full time. And so that's how I ended up where I am.
That's awesome. I love that. So what intentional steps have you taken throughout your career, whether that has been at GitLab through different roles or before GitLab, to get really where you are today?
Sure. Yeah, it's easy to say, but I think you have to always be learning and you have to be willing to always be learning. That's something that's really hard, and it's really hard in the wrong environment. Thankfully, GitLab and I share a value there, in our ability to always be learning and to, not assume that any questions are, you know, should be obvious or should be, known by everyone. And so I'm never kind of ashamed to ask a question if I don't understand something. And I know that sounds really simple, but in my career, that's how I've been able to gain trust, both of, bosses and folks that know me, and as well as customers and partners. And when you are very honest and transparent about what you know and you don't know, then when you say something with authority, now all of a sudden folks know, oh, well, you do have an expertise in this area because you've shown your ability to be really transparent. And so I think that kind of value is what I've brought to, intentionally living that value is what I brought to my career development.
That's awesome. Yeah, it can be really hard to say, I don't know the answer, but yeah, it can be really, really important. That's awesome. So that what you already said was really great advice, but do you have any additional advice for team members who are working on their career development?
Yeah, I would say, first of all, no one is ever ready for what they're given in life. General, right? We never feel ready. I happen to also I'll go outside of career development for this. I happen to also be a father of 4 kids. You're never ready to do that. And you learn. And so I think, again, making yourself a little uncomfortable and feel like you're not quite ready for what you're doing, that's okay. Like, that's what we're all doing. And so put yourself out there and make sure you're advocating for yourself in that way to say, hey, no, I think I am ready, or I'll be ready by the time we need me to be to do this.
That's awesome. Well, those are the questions that I had for you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I think this information is going to be really helpful for GitLab team members that are looking to grow their careers.
Great, thanks.